In this lesson, I'll be explaining everything that you need to know about stressing polysyllabic words with the M-E-N-T suffix ending. M-E-N-T, 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 M-E-N-T. When you have words with a structure, how do you appropriately stress them? How do you correctly stress them? Should the stress always fall on the penultimate syllable? You know what this penultimate syllable is, the second from the end of the word. Or should the stress always go to the third syllable from the end of the word? 1, 2, 3 from the end of the word. All of these are going to find out in this class. First of all, I should mention that I understand that we have different authors, different English language teachers with differing opinions on this subject matter, in that we have those who believe that words with a structure should always take the stress on the penultimate syllable. And we have those who believe, who have the opinion that words with a structure should always take the stress on the third syllable from the end of the word. Is this always true? Is this always correct? The truth is no. These two rules reek of confusion. They reek of confusion because, come to think of it, how do you want students, innocent candidates preparing to take exams, how do you want them to fare when you have two different rules for the same concept? And it's not the case that these two rules lead to the same answer. We have different ideas giving different results. In this case, how do you want students to pass? The good part is I've been able to discover what the common denominator is, what the common factor is between these two rules. So credit to those who believe that the stress should always fall on the penultimate syllable, and credit to those who believe that the stress should always go to the third syllable from the end of the word. Today, I'm glad to present to you a rule that doesn't reek of confusion. So let's get to it. First of all, you should understand that truly, words with this structure can indeed take the stress on the penultimate syllable. There's no doubt about that. And it's also possible that words with a structure will take the stress on the third syllable from the end of the word. Yes, that's also correct. But what I'm going to say to you is that every time that you have words with a structure, the first thing to do will be to cancel the ment suffix. When you see a word like this, when you have a word with a structure, the first thing to do is to eliminate the ment, just simply obliterate it, cancel it out. So let's do that for the rest of the words. You cancel this out, cancel this out, cancel this out. Did you see that? Blind your eyes to this suffix. After that, simply discover, try to understand what the root word is. The second thing you're going to do is to understand what the root of the word is. What is the root of the word? The root of the word is root. Let's write it this way. The root of the word is the smallest, indivisible, meaningful word. Meaningful is not a word. Meaningful part of a word. Part of a word. Let's take that again. The root of the word is the smallest, indivisible, meaningful part of a word. The smallest part of the word, the smallest part of the word that you cannot break down further but makes sense. The smallest, indivisible part of the word that makes sense. That makes sense. For example, look at this word. Let's start with number one, development. Development. I said you cancel out ment, right? What's remaining is develop. Develop. Now, what's the smallest part of develop that makes sense? It's just develop. Develop is a meaningful verb. Develop. So how do you stress that word? If you look at, so in other words, I'm saying that develop is the root of the word development. Everything together is a meaningful word. With the ment, we have this as the suffix, right? Now, if you cancel this out, what is left is the root of the word, in this case, develop. Now, after canceling out the ment, the right way to stress this word should be to discover the syllable that naturally takes the stress in the root word. So in develop, develop. Oh. Okay. Right, so let's add this. Develop. How do you stress the word develop? The stress naturally is on there. Develop. So we have it this way. Develop. This is the root word, and the stress is on there. So if I add the ment, altogether we have development. Development. The stress is on there. If you have to come from the end of the word, you have to come from the end of the word with the ment. Development. We have one with a ment. We have one. Lop, you have two. With there, you have three. And here you have four, right? So the stress is on the third from the end of the word. So those who believe that the stress should always be on the third syllable from the end of the word, with the first word here, they're correct, right? Good. So let's come to number two. Don't forget what I said. I said when you have to stress words with a structure, the first thing to do is to eliminate, is to obliterate the ment suffix. Then after that, you find out what the root of the word is. And I told you that the root of the word is the smallest indivisible part of the word. The smallest indivisible, unbreakable part of the word that is meaningful. Number two, we have entertain. The root of the word entertainment is entertain. So let's add ment here. So the root is entertain. Entertain, me, the stress is on tain. Did you see that? The stress is on tain. So entertainment. I just did that to draw out what the root of the word is. So the root of this word is entertain. Entertain. Entertain is the root of the word entertainment. And in entertain, the stress goes on tain. So let's add ment. Let's count from the end of the word. This is one, right? Ment is one. Tain is two. Ter is three. N is four. We have four syllables in this word. And it's the second syllable from the end of the word that takes the stress, which is the penultimate syllable. Can you see? From number one, we have the first one from the end of the word. Word number two, entertainment, has a stress on the penultimate syllable. So it means, therefore, that the people who believe that words with a structure should always take its stress on the penultimate syllable are somewhat correct. At least one and two are proven them correct, right? Are proven them right. Let's find out more words in number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all through 8. So let me clean up this. So let's come to number 3. Number 3 is nourishment. I've told you cancel out ment. So we have nourish. Nourish. This word is nourish. 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 Now let's add ment. The stress is on no, right? I've told you the first thing to do is to cancel out the ment. And you have the natural word and you have the root word to be nourish. 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 Nourishment. Altogether, you have nourishment. Nourishment. The stress is on, okay, let's start from the end. This is meant 1, rish, 2, no, 3. This word nourishment has 3 syllables and the stress falls on the third syllable from the end of the word. Did you see that? So it is not always true that the stress falls on the third syllable or that it falls on the second syllable all the time. And number 4, we have establishment. Establishment. The stress is on stop, stop, stop. Blish. Blish. Okay, then we have ment, right? This is 1. Blish is 2. Star is 3. E is 4. So the stress is on the third syllable from the end of the word. Remember, what you have to establish first of all is the root word, the root of the word. And then you go to the syllable that naturally take the stress. And in this case, the stress is on star. Establishment is 4. So let me rewrite that. The board is looking messy. The board is looking messy. So we have it this way. Establishment. 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 All right. So that's that about that. Then number 5, we have refreshment. 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 Now, if you look at the word refreshment, I said we're going to cancel out the ment, right? So we're left with refresh. Refresh. There is something very unique about refresh. Refresh. The re at the start of refresh is a prefix. And I said before, when we started this series, that you don't stress prefixes. Simply, you cancel out prefixes. So we're left with fresh. Fresh. Fresh is a monosyllabic word. Every monosyllabic word is stressed at the beginning. So fresh is what is stressed. Fresh. Fresh is our answer. So we have refresh, refresh, do, me, refreshment, refreshment. So we have 1, you have 2, you have 3. So this word is on the penultimate syllable, which is the second syllable from the end of the word. Remember, you don't stress suffixes and you don't stress prefixes. The word re means to do again, refresh. Freshen something again, freshen again, refresh, do it again, refresh your page, make fresh again, make fresh again. So you cancel out ment, you cancel out re because you don't stress prefixes and you don't stress suffixes. So you're left with the root of this word refreshment is fresh. The root word is fresh, and so fresh takes the stress. Number 6, we have accomplishment. Accomplishment. Oh, sorry, I'm transcribing already. Accomplishment, right? Accomplish is the root word, right? Accomplish, to complete something, to complete a task, or to get something done successfully. Accomplish, accomplish. That's the root word, and then you have ment, accomplishment. Now, if accomplish is the root word, which of the stress in accomplish do you stress? Accomplish, accomplish, accomplish. Do, me, though, the stress is on come, come. So we have, oh my goodness, accomplish, accomplishment. Let me find out if I'm still within frame. Yes, I'm still within frame. Accomplishment. So let's count. We have ment, 1, plish, 2, come, 4, 3, 3, then 4. We have accomplishment. The stress is on the third syllable from the end of the word. The stress is on the third syllable from the end of the word. And penultimately, we have infringement. Infringement. Infringement, you cancel out ment. Infringe, 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 infringe. Do, me. Infringe, infringe. Infringe is a verb. Infringe. Infringe. Right. Infringe. Do, me. Remember I did say when I was talking about stress on bisyllabic words or disyllabic words that it is not every time that bisyllabic words will take the stress on the second syllable. It is not always true. It is not always the case that you have bisyllabic words, two-syllabic words taking the stress on the second syllable. In this case, in the case of infringe, 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 the stress is on fringe. So this is less stress. The voice goes down and goes higher as we come to fringe. So you add ment here. The root of the word infringement is infringe, infringe. That's the root of the word. And in the root of the word, the stress goes on the second syllable. So we have 1, we have 2 from the end of the word, and we have 3. The stress is on the second syllable from the end of the word, which is the penultimate syllable. Finally, we have this postponement, postponement, postponement. Now we cancel out ment. The root word is postpone, 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 postpone. If you add ment. Now, if you cancel out ment, but left with postpone, this is a verb, right? Postpone, 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 postponement, postponement. So the stress is on pone. So we have postpone, postponement. So that is that about this lesson. If anything, I believe you've learned the right way to stress polysyllabic words with the ment suffix ending. You don't have to fix your mind on the fact that words with this structure will always take the stress on the penultimate syllable, or that they will always take the stress on the first syllable. The best way to test, the best way to answer questions like this, or to stress words with the structure, is to first of all cancel the ment suffix. Remember, suffixes aren't always stressed. Prefixes aren't always stressed also. You cancel out this ment, then you discover what the root of the word is. After that, you locate the structure, you locate the syllable of the root word that should be stressed. That, of course, is the right way to stress words with polysyllabic words with an ment suffix ending. Thanks a lot for watching to the very end. If you found this class really interesting or intriguing, please subscribe to this channel. Share this content to as many people who may need it. Remember to keep learning right and keep speaking right. See you next time.